Exercise 18 deals with Candy Love again. It is owned by Cindy and she makes homemade chocolates. She increased her markup percentage on the chocolates to 44.33%, which will now be the percentage that you have to use every time when you calculate the cost price of chocolates sold. These are her duplicate receipts for February 2020. So you have to quickly go and give your CRJ a heading. It's the CRJ of Candy Love for February 2020, and because February is the second month of the year, it's CRJ number 2. Now if we look at the transactions, on the first, a receipt number 15 to P Cupid for hot chocolates, 250 Rand. Okay, so the receipt number is number 15. It was on the first. The customer was P Cupid, who paid us 250 Rand. We can cash up our analysis of receipts and bank the money because it's the only transaction for the day. And we have to specify that we receive this 250 Rand for sales. And don't forget, you still need to calculate your cost of sales like this. And write your answer in the cost of sales column. Then the next transaction was on the second. We issued a receipt to Spar for Valentine chocolates, 700 Rand. So it will be receipt number 16 on the second to Spar, who paid us 700 Rand. It's the only transaction for the day. So draw your line, put the money in your bank and in the sales column and calculate your cost of sales. And write the answer in the cost of sales column. Then on the third, we issued a receipt to the tuck shop for chocolates, 320 Rand and 50 cents. So it will be receipt number 17 on the third to the tuck shop, who paid us 320 Rand and 50 cents. You can draw your line because we didn't receive more money for the day and bank that 320 Rand and 50 cents that we received for a sale and calculate the cost price as and write it in the cost of sales column. Then on the fourth, there are 2 transactions. So now this will affect when we cash up our till or when we bank the analysis of receipts values. The first one was we issued a receipt to Cup and Chatter for chocolate spoons, 320 Rand. So it will be receipt number 18 on the 4th to Cup and Chatter, and we received 320 Rand, but we can't bank the money yet because it's not the only transaction for the day. So you just leave it in your till and you just specify that you received the money for sales. Then you calculate your cost price. And write the answer in the cost of sales column. Also on the 4th, there were cash sales according to the CRR, 3,525 Rand. Remember, if it's CRR, the document is CRR. You don't write the number 4 again because we're still on the same day. And the details for cash sales is always sales. We received 3,525 Rand, and now this was the last transaction for the day. So we can total the amount of money that's in our till, okay, by adding these 2 values together, draw a thick line, and bank the total. And then you have to specify what we received this 3,525 Rand for. It was for a sale, and calculate the cost price. And write the answer in the cost of sales column. Then on the 14th, Cindy increased her capital contribution by 1,000 Rand. We will always give the owner a receipt. If she increases her capital contribution, it will be receipt number 19. It's on the 14th. The owner's details is Cindy. It's the only transaction for the day, so you draw your line in analysis of receipts, take it to bank, but it's not a sale, so you can't take it to sales and cost of sales. You have to take it to sundry accounts and specify that we received this R1,000 as capital. Then on the 17th, we had two transactions. The first one said issued a receipt to Bride and Company for thank you chocolates, 1,200 Rand and 50 cents. So it will be receipt number 20. On the 17th to Bride and Company, they paid us 1,200 Rand and 50 cents, and we will put this money in our till, but we won't bank it yet because there's still another transaction for this day. So skip bank, but write the value in sales and calculate your cost of sales by doing this. And then write your answer in the cost of sales column. Then the next transaction on the 17th said issued a receipt to Uniflorist for gift hamper chocolates, 2,450 Rand. This was now the last transaction on the 17th, so when you record it in the CRJ, it will be receipt number 21. Don't write to 17 again. The customer was Uniflorist. The 2,450 Rand that we received from them can be added to our till, and now because it's the last transaction for the day, you can cash up your till by adding these two values together and depositing the total value into bank. Then remember, you have to specify what we received this amount for. It was for a sale, and go and calculate your cost of sales. And write the answer in this column. Then on the 18th, we issued a receipt to Tony's for slabs of swirled chocolate, 650 Rand. So it's another receipt, receipt number 22, on the 18th to Tony's, who paid us 650 Rand. It was the only transaction for the day, so we can bank immediately. It was for selling chocolate swirls, and you calculate the cost price. As 450 Rand and 36 cents. Then on the 27th, we issued a receipt to Little Sunshine for heart molds. And something that I want you to notice is that once again, the molds have a different markup percentage. When you calculate the cost price for this 450 Rand that we've received, you will use 24% in the cost price formula and not the markup of 44.33%. In your CRJ, you will say receipt number 23 on the 27th to Little Sunshine, 450 Rand. It's the only transaction for the day, so put the money in your bank and in sales and calculate your cost of sales using that 24% markup percentage. And write the answer here. And then the last transaction for the month was cash sales according to the CRR, 699 Rand. So it will be CRR in the document column. It's the 28th. The details for a cash sale is always sales. We received 699 Rand. It's the only transaction for the day, so you can put this value into your bank column and in the sales column. And now when you calculate your cost of sales, we use the normal 44.33% markup. And lastly, you have to go and quickly total your columns. So the bank column has a total of 11,565 Rand. The sales column has a total of 10,565 Rand. Cost of sales of 7,371 Rand and 15 cents, and sundry accounts of 1,000 Rand.